Hello, salam alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to talk about psychological facts about human behavior, that is, about the attitudes of people. What does psychology say and how does it explain this? We will talk about this. It is said and proven that if you are with someone you love and you haven't slept well for many days, if you sit or lie down with that person, you will immediately fall asleep. That means you can truly fall into a wonderfully deep sleep much faster with the beloved person you deeply love. In their comforting presence, you will often fall asleep more quickly and peacefully. Why is this so? Because your emotional guards are completely down, your overall stress level drops quite significantly, and the profound feelings you genuinely have for the person you truly love trigger the natural release of certain beneficial chemicals within your body that greatly and effectively reduce your stress and help you profoundly relax. So usually when people are with those they love, they tend to fall asleep much faster. For example, we see that when people are with their mothers, they often start to fall asleep immediately because they feel safe. And when they connect with their mother, both physically and emotionally, they tend to drift off to sleep much faster. In other words, people start to fall asleep very quickly in such situations. Similarly, there is another very interesting fact. When you put on a fake smile on your face, it ultimately releases the same chemicals in your body that are released during a real smile. In other words, your fake smile actually helps a lot in reducing your stress. Even if you don't actually feel like laughing, just putting a fake smile on your face will start releasing the same chemicals in your body that are released during a real smile or laughter. So, on your face, if you can't genuinely smile, then at least try to put on a fake smile so that it can help you manage your stress and make you feel a bit more comfortable. Similarly, it is said that people can survive without food, but they cannot survive without sleep. Without food, you can survive for quite a few days, but without sleep, it becomes very difficult. If you haven't had proper sleep for 2 days, it puts a lot of strain on your health and your condition starts to deteriorate significantly. The reason for this is that your brain needs to shut down at some point. It needs to turn off to end everything for a while. Because when your brain shuts down during sleep, although it is still working at that time, it is not working in the same active way as it does when you are awake. Just like when we are awake, we are working. So sleep is extremely important for you because if you are always in a high alert situation, your brain function starts to get seriously affected. And then ultimately, for those people who stay awake for long periods, life becomes a bit difficult. And it is said that generally, due to sleep deprivation, people develop many psychological problems, the most predominant of which is depression. Whether their sleep is reduced intentionally or due to circumstances, ultimately they fall prey to depression or many other psychological problems. So we can survive without food but without sleep. This means that not getting enough sleep can ultimately even lead us towards death because when you haven't had enough sleep, you may encounter so many mistakes. Your mind isn't as alert and you can't think as clearly about things. That is, it means you could have an accident, you could make some other mistake, and you might even end your life. Then it is said that if you fall in love with someone, basically, when you truly fall deeply in love with someone, the powerful chemical of profound happiness in your brain is constantly and actively activated, and you are always on a heightened state of alert. Even in challenging and difficult circumstances, you still experience a profound sense of genuine happiness and contentment. Similarly, when you have a deep love connection with someone, especially a truly significant one, your brain actively releases dopamine. This dopamine is a powerful chemical that intrinsically creates a profound sense of pleasure for us. It genuinely generates happiness in our body and mind. Then, psychology talks about another very important thing, the crucial sense of smell. The unique body smell of family members is quite similar, meaning the distinct body odor of people living in the same house is usually almost the same. And then there is an interesting fact about this smell as well. People who feel deeply connected to their partner through smell or connect with them through it because some people have a very strong sense of smell, some have a strong sense of taste, and some have a strong sense of hearing. But those who are highly connected through smell are very attracted to their partner's body odor. Their bond is much stronger and they are more romantic than others. They feel a strong sense of release and connection just from their partner's body smell. So if your body smell is genuinely liked by your partner and they get used to it, then they will always be searching for it everywhere. Similarly, it is widely said that not every single person's brain works in exactly the same way. Many individuals' brains work much faster, indeed very quickly, while some other people's brains work more slowly. The essential chemicals in the brain are also released in greater amounts in some people and in lesser quantities in others. Why does this phenomenon happen? Of course, genetics plays a very important and significant role in this, meaning if something is inherently present in your genetic makeup, your mind is naturally more active and engaged. But along with that, the most crucial and paramount thing is your surrounding environment. The particular kind of environment you live in, if it actively encourages you to use your mind, involves your brain in various stimulating activities, and puts you in challenging problem solving situations, then your brain becomes much more active than others, thinks better, and works faster. Along with this, when the brain works more extensively, the brain chemicals are automatically released in greater and more substantial amounts. Then again, another truly interesting and fascinating fact is about colors, because colors are very, very important and fundamental in life. You can easily understand that colors in our daily life trigger our emotions, they bring out our deepest feelings and emotions. This can mean we become very happy or incredibly sad. But as I have previously said, different colors evoke different emotions within us. For example, the color red, which we commonly identify as a vibrant color, often induces anger in many people. Many individuals who like the color red a lot tend to be more emotionally sharp, emotionally strong, and their element of anger is also much higher and more pronounced. We know that red is always considered a clear sign of danger. Red means high alert. Similarly, red can be a very problematic and challenging color for people who have anger issues because it strongly triggers anger. Then, psychologically speaking, if you do any task for 10 full minutes, if you truly push yourself to do any task for 10 minutes, your brain stays deeply engaged in that specific task until you completely finish it. It continuously keeps pushing you to fully complete the task. Another psychological fact about human behavior, which is very, very interesting and captivating, is that every person's unique personality feels pain differently and responds to it in a distinct manner. Some people appear very hardcore and resilient, and some people seem very strong and robust. We see that the pain chemicals and sensors, the pain receptors in their bodies are not overly sensitive, and in some people, pain is felt much more intensely than in others. So there is a very close relationship between pain and personality. Some personalities are like touch me not. As soon as they get pricked by a needle, they react strongly. We often see people who, when they go to get an injection, start panicking and become very fearful, not knowing what will happen. And then there are some people who get an injection very calmly or go through pain without much fuss. Those who can easily endure pain have trained their brains in such a way that they can pass through any kind of hardship quite easily. They don't feel pain for 10 minutes, but their pain threshold is much higher than that of ordinary people. This, of course, is related to your personality, your brain, and then how you have trained yourself. I hope that some of these psychological facts about your behavior or about human behavior will be helpful to you. In understanding and in getting to know the people around you, please take good care of yourself. We'll meet again in another video with a new topic. Until then, goodbye.